Happy Saturday, Steakies. It's Steak Saturday, the show I make sometimes when I make steak on Saturdays. I've been seeing a lot of trash talk lately about cast iron skillets. What did a cast iron skillet ever do to you? If you're not a home intruder getting hit over the head by one, chances are probably not much. Steakies, just like all those mean jokes I used to make about my mom's ex-boyfriend Craig, we bully what we don't understand. Check out this cast iron skillet. Yesterday, I pan-seared filet mignon in my cast iron skillet, and it made a huge mess. And then, I didn't clean my skillet. Today, we're going to talk about cleaning up our cast iron skillets, because you work hard for your money. Steakies, you might be wondering why you got so excited for 2021 when it was going to just be 2020 the sequel. Why go through anything at all when it's just going to disappoint you in the end, like the HBO prestige drama series The Undoing? I wouldn't blame you if you're wondering why even cook with a cast iron skillet in the first place. You've been burned in the past by cast iron skillets that got rusty or lost their seasoning. Or maybe they stayed in the cupboard for so long that back in April when you went full-on Marie Kondo, you kicked it to the curb, like Netflix canceling Glow. That was a big mistake. A 12-inch Lodge skillet on Crate & Barrel starts at about $32. A 12-inch non-stick pan on Crate & Barrel will start at $60. So a cast iron pan is the economical choice if you're in between Ponzi schemes. Just like my hormonal development as a teen, cast iron takes longer to heat up, but once it gets going, look out. It'll retain heat longer and more evenly, which makes it perfect for cooking foods you want to sear, not just steak, but also vegetables and other stuff. Maybe you've heard that cast iron is like raw denim, or my first college roommate, not to be washed. You can wash your skillet. Steakies, I'll start by getting as much butter and other crap off as I can with a paper towel. Now let's say you want to really thoroughly clean your pan. You want it to look extra presentable because your parole officer is coming by later to make sure your home is habitable for your children. Give it a rinse with some really hot water, then a scrub with a nylon brush or a sponge. Rinse it off and get it as dry as you can. You can put it on the stove over high heat for 5 minutes, get it ripping hot, and then let it cool off before you put it away. All that is to prevent rust. If only the same process worked for helping my Spanish skills from getting oxidado. But let's say you want to really go for it. Like you cooked fish in your skillet and it didn't go well. If it hasn't been cleaned in a while and it's starting to get kind of gnarly, you can get it damp and then try some baking soda. Throw some soda on it. Pouring baking soda on is going to remove any flavor left over from your dish. Kind of like if you ever allow me to sit in with your improv team. You can let the baking soda sit for a few minutes if you want to, then scrub it off and leave your pan nice and dry. All of these practices are meant to protect your pan's seasoning. Seasoning is just an overly scientific word for polymer conversion, the process through which layers of oil and fat harden on the surface of your cast iron skillet after contact with heat sources. But it's not a bad idea to re-season your pan every once in a while or after a cleaning as thorough as this baking soda scrub. So that's what I'm about to do. To re-season my pan, I'm just going to spread a very thin layer of oil all over it and then put it in the oven at 500 degrees for an hour. Flaxseed oil is supposedly really good for this step, but I'm going to use vegetable oil because what am I, made of money? This is a smoky and smelly process, but in the end, I'll have a hardened, ride-or-die layer of seasoning that'll have my back like a gang of soccer hooligans with hearts of gold. I'll put the pan in upside down with another pan underneath it to catch any drip-olas that might drip-ola down on there. I'll wait until it's cooled off enough to touch it again, then I'll put it back on the shelf until next Steak Saturday. Happy Steak Saturday, Steakies. Remember, this new year, stay safe, stay well, stay steak.